Hello and welcome everyone. Myself, Mr. Bulakhe Bhau Ashok, रयत शिक्षण संस्थान आबासाहेब मराठे आर्ट्स अँड न्यू कॉमर्स सायन्स कॉलेज, Rajapur district, Ratnagiri. Today's lecture we have discussed the new topic mechanism of organic reaction. In this topic, we have seen the various types of arrows we have used in reaction mechanism, as well as various types of name reaction we have discussed. Let's we have going to the introductory part and recapitulation. Use of curve arrow. The curve arrow which are used to represent electronic shifts between bonds and atoms during bond breaking and making in a organic reaction. We have seen this type of arrow like this curve arrow which are used to indicate direction in which the movement electron take place, that is from bond to the atom or atom to the bond. There are two types of curve arrow which are used in organic reaction mechanism. This one types of arrow and this is the second type of arrow. Such a type of arrow indicates that the movement of pair of electrons, and such a type of arrow which are used the movement of single electrons. Find the arrow point we have greatly importance to show which type of the activity can be done. Like when arrow point away from bond, it means that bond breaking are take place. See here, this is a red color double bond. These bonds are break like this. This arrow is away from this side or shows that these bonds are breaking take place, and this point the new bond will be formed. Means arrow point away from bond, it means bond breaking, and the point to the bond is formed. So point to the bond, so this point it will be formed the new bond, and this away from the bond are should breaking over. If an arrow point to a neutral atom, it becomes negative. We have seen this example. This arrow point is on the chlorine, and therefore the chlorine having the negative charge, and away from this carbon, and so this carbon is a positive charge. It's clear shows that arrow point to a neutral atom, it becomes the negative, and pointing towards positive atoms like this OH2 plus, pointing towards this OH2 plus, it becomes the neutral molecules, and away from this carbon it having a positive. Next point we have see, if arrow point away from neutral atom, it becomes positive. See here this example. The arrow point is away from that carbon. Therefore, this carbon becomes positive and chlorine it will be negative. Second point we have C. It point away from negatively charged, then it becomes neutral atom. See here these examples. This CH minus it having a negative charge. So pointing this arrow away from this negatively charged carbon, it becomes neutral molecules. If an arrow point from the atoms to another atom, the new bond is formed. See here these examples. This hydrolysis of alkyl halides or any another examples are clear shows. These examples, it having negative charge, is attack on this carbon and replace Cl to form the bond between these two molecules. This new bond is formed between these molecules this green colored bond R shows the new bond is formed between the two molecules. Now we have see next point the bond fusion. The bond fusion are take place by using these two types of arrow. In firstly, we have see the homolytic bond fusion. In homolytic bond fusion, the bond breaking take place such that fragment gets one electron from the shared pair of electrons. The single electrons are transferred from bond to the bond atom by fish hook arrow. We have seen this general example we have take. This bond will be break. We know that one bond means the two electrons. So these bond can be break like the one of the electrons going to this atom and one of the electron going to this atom. So each atom R shows at having a single electron. Another name is a free radical types of mechanism which is this type of arrow is another name is a fish hook arrow because we know that in fishery the this type of the arrow are shows like a fish hook, like various types of hook are used to catch these fish, and these hook are shows like this arrow and its name is a fish hook arrow. Another examples like we have take that is a Cl2. These bonds are break in such a way that one of the electron going to this Cl and one other electrons going to another Cl. So each Cl atom, each chloride atom having a single electron or the free radicals. Such a type of bond breaking are take place by homolytically fusion. Why it is a homolytic? Because the both atoms having a same electrons and so name is a homolytic bond fusion. Let's we have going to next point heterolytic bond fusion. In heterolytic bond fission take place, the covalent bond breaks in such a way that the one of the electrons, sorry, one of the fragments get the both electrons from shared pair in the bond. The transfer of an electron pair from the bond to the atom is shown by the double barbed arrow. These type of arrow are named as double barbed arrow. The last slide we have seen in homolytic bond fission, the fish hook arrow we have used in free radical type of mechanism. In this heterolytic fission, the double barbed arrow we have used. See here these examples like AB. The bond in between these two atoms is a covalent bond. It breaks such a way that the both electrons are going to the B atoms. So this bond breaking away from capital A. So capital A carries positive charge and capital B carries negative charge. Therefore, A plus plus B minus to get two different types of ions. Similarly, we have break this atom another way like the both electrons is going to capital A. So bond breaking is away from capital B means that capital B is a positive charge and capital A having a negative charge to get these two different ions. Next we have take another examples like a methyl chloride. This bond between methyl and chlorine we have break in such a way that the both electrons were going to the chloride. So point away from this carbon having a positive charge and point towards the neutral atom to get negative charge to produce two different ions like CH3 plus Cl minus. Now let's we have see the next point, transition state. You know that transition state, most of organic reaction can take place in one state to two state. However, the reactant do not directly change into products, but the chemical reaction can assume to be continuous process involving gradually change from reactant into products. Transition state is a transient, unstable combination of reactants which does not have a definite molecular structure. So such a type of various organic reaction can be done by assuming transition state. In one step reaction, we have seen the firstly reactant change into their transition state and then this transition state is then converted into the products. Thus, transition state is not a definite molecular species, but it can be assigned an approximate structures having partial covalent bond. It is high energy and least stability, therefore, it cannot be isolated. We have seen this example. This OH minus, which having a nucleophile, is attacked from that backside of that methyl halide, and bromide is which replaced from the front side to get the transient state in such a way that the OH and this carbon form the partially bond, and CH3 and bromine bond is partially breaking. So partially making and partially breaking bond are take place in this transition state. After transition state, got the product as a alcohol. Thank you.